Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you very, very much to Duravit, Turkey, to all organizers of this evening, and of course also to the designers of now very nice bathroom, what is really great designed also a space, and very good to show the product. Thank you very, very much. And what I like to speak to you today about is really what is detailed today in the modern architecture, because if we are going now with a car from the airport to this very nice place, we discuss about what is now with the modern architecture. If you go along the old houses, you see not only the form, you see not only the surface of the facade, but you go from the big form to the small detail, to door furniture, to really very small objects, and they are making the architecture really big value, and for all of things make a possibility to bring this architecture to be older but still very handsome. And I think very big problem of modern architecture is, and it's a problem of all of us, also of mine, and we should learn once more to bring in the architecture this detail quality, that we should think not only about the form, about the modernity of architecture, but also about how our architecture will be older and how our details would be still a big value for the people. They buy it and own it and give it in their spaces, in their flats and houses. And that's also about bathroom, what became in the last 10-15 years to be a very important part of a living area, of a flat, of open space, of apartment or house. And that's why a furniture for the bath should be also great detail of architecture, great form of architecture, what could be valuable, what could be lived longer in the space of apartment or house for what it was owned. I show you some of buildings I created for Germany. It's a big complex dormitory in the middle part of Berlin. And of course it's very interesting part of the town planning, and that is also a sample for going from the town planning to the detail, where you see that these elements from the big form to the elements is like a one symphony, like one way from the huge form to the detail of building, where the people can leave through the building, can see some seesaw, this big aquarium, to go through with the elevator, come out with this sky bridge and go out. And for example, the Federation Tower, what was speaking about, it's not only a huge building, what is now under construction, and the West Tower is already built and the East Tower is now quite built, but I made also for this building not only the shape, not only the town planning, but even parts of door furniture and interior design. That's a part of representative spaces of banking, is owner of the West Tower, and you see the form of the building. and that is, for example, parts of electrical utilities of furniture and door furniture, what is now from the FSB a part of their product program, but it was began as a really product for this tower, where I was coming. I have seen very bad program what the client unfortunately has chosen for this building, and I told to him why we don't like to produce the form quite for this building, because the visitor of every building, every interesting building should come in and should feel that he comes in some very outstanding building, where every detail is created for this building, not for something, but exactly for this building. It's what's also an idea for the Duravit product, to see how to create something very not unusual, not only unusual but also own for this building. If, for example, we see a revitalization in Petersburg, so it was also idea to find out how to create very interesting facade, what is quite modern but has the old details of old town, and so continue a tradition of old architecture. You see till the detail, it is a glazing surface, so you see it could be maybe something very modern, but also in this building in Petersburg, you go in the tradition of this area. There are pictures of very important artists in Western countries, but also in Russia. Alexander Benoit, who was a chief stage designer of La Scala and another great theaters, and that's the area where the house of Benoit was staying. So the new building got these very outstanding elements like the design for the facade. And the hotel and now what was spoken about, it is also a very interesting construction. It's a continuity of East Harbor of Berlin, and I also like to give them a very outstanding shape with this cantilever about 21 meter going out, and if you stay upstairs you see like you fly over the water. So it's also a very interesting, outstanding form for this element. And another building was finished also last year in Berlin, has also a very interesting construction, very own construction for this building, made like a reconstruction of old courtyard in Berlin. So you see that every building has something own, something created only for this location, and to bring them some very outstanding details that every visitor could recognize what's happened exactly with this building. That's a new tower in St. Petersburg also for the bank building. And interesting is also interior design of them, because Petersburg is a great area for banking, also from the beginning of last century. And in the entrance hall, we designed the details printed on glass from the details of old buildings of banking houses in St. Petersburg. So you go in quite modern buildings, but you see also the history of them. And also here we created the design of lighting, we created furniture, door furnitures, where in the form you see the soft forms, but the forms are owned to the form of the building. Also the ground floor of the building has this form, and electric utilities of the building has the same form. So we try to create a family of all, and try to go till the detail in the surface of the building. You see the building is quite simple, but the details, the elements of them are quite important. to see how valuable will be the building after the working on the surfaces in interior and exterior. And also here, door furniture and all small details are from the same family. This office building in Moscow, the same situation. It's quite important also. By the way, it was great from the Turkey who made this facade. In Moscow, the firms, building firms from the Turkey are quite popular, and they made this very nice facade with 6-meter double skin facade elements, and we were going also in the details of interior till the elements of door, all the shelves, tables, and floors. You see, all of them is created for this building, and I think it's very important now to get this possibility to create all elements special for this building. And to the design concept, it is we created different designs with what we are going to our point. What is furniture? What is furniture in the bathroom? As I told already, bathroom is now some part of living ground, some part of open space of living. So if you go in the palace, if you go in the interior of past, you see that your bathroom looks on the same way furnished, like a living room, and we tried to bring this possibility to design the bathroom like a living room, like a bedroom, with very outstanding design elements. They are looking out like couch, like chair, like shelf. So you see how we were going to that. I created details for that, where I've seen that some elements of furniture could come in the elements of baths and connected each other to sculptural forms, where different materials, wood and white elect wood and ceramic, were coming together as by furniture elements. And the result, I think, is not quite bath tube or water table, but something combined to the furniture elements. This wash basin looks not like that, but like furniture element. You can take it with you in the next flat, and something as a chair, as a table you like, and like to take it with you also in the next apartment. So something what is not just design, but the element with you, what you like to have in your life longer. That are steps of our design, where we created these soft lines with Mr. Koch from Duravit, former board chief of Duravit. We created these elements because I like to bring something what is much more soft as products of Duravit before. And you see like a traditional coach, the line of bath tube should be much more soft as is in the past products by Duravit. The same by WC. It's like a chair. It's like an element. It's old chair of old WC design of palaces of earlier. And you see we make nearly the same in our design and bring like a chair in the design of bathroom. So you see the normal chair, you have this element, you don't see a contrast, you can create with this open floor, and I think also with shelves, you can take it for your living room, you can take it for your bedroom or bathroom, it's the same. So you create like a part of living space, not something what should be cut it up from another spaces, but it's something should live together with another furniture, with all furniture view, to bring all atmosphere together. And also the different materials could connect very good with floors, with walls, with old elements of flats. So it could be good for new or old apartments. And that's why we think that, and we see it already now on the results of selling, that this esplanade could be very successful, is very successful in the point that you can combine it very well with very different forms of furniture, of atmosphere, of interior design of different apartments. Thank you very much.
Soru varsa soralım veya ben bir iki soru sorayım. Sorayım mı bir iki soru? I'll ask these in English, so you don't need the translation. So the question here for me is that your architecture and your interior design work, you take a very large perspective on the work you do. You go from the smallest unit to the largest unit. When you conceive of your design, the interior, the exterior, the detail, the big part, where does the process start for you in terms of, like, for example, the Esplanade series? You talk about the 17th, 18th century. In terms of your conception, working at such a big scale and small scale, where is your starting point often?
Well, my point is really that I am from St. Petersburg, and St. Petersburg is some kind of town what was never the first trend of architecture. It was never the first in the architecture like object, but as a town it is really very, very handsome and very interesting. And I asked myself, I was born in quite old area of St. Petersburg, really in the center where our famous writer Dostoevsky has written his famous Brother Karamazov and so on. And it was old, really very old part of the town, similar as the old parts of Istanbul we were going through now. And I asked myself why I love so much this old town. I don't see any outstanding buildings. They are all like a typical projects of end of 18th and all 19th century, beginning of 20th century. But why I love so much this town? I love to see through the window and see the small front of building and small frame of building and this dirty surface and this small details surrounding of window were very, very good for this atmosphere, for this light of my town. And I ask myself why the modern architecture is so fast in the life. You can make spot, you can make photo, but after 10, 15, 20 years you cannot see it anymore. It becomes to be old, and you don't see any possibility to refresh it because some kinds of form is too simple, some kinds of detail is not there, and so on and so on. And after that, I asked myself why we have lost the possibility to design the house through, to go in the surface with a detail like this house in Moscow. I've shown you with all ornaments. It's a very simple house, but your eye goes and goes narrower and narrower to the house and likes to see more and more and more. And this idea to go more and more in the detail some time was very important for me, and I began to design the house to the really small details with a lot of careful work. And after that, I've seen that the people like these houses. They go in and they see this value of house, and I think that's we should get in the architecture much more to create all atmosphere of surfaces, touchable surfaces, with what you are in the dialogue if you come in the building.
Okay. Specifically with the Esplanade series, this Esplanade series, it conceives of bathroom furniture as furniture, as a more of a living space. Now, a lot of the people here are used to working specifically on hygienic aspects of the bathroom. How would you say, with the Esplanade series, like, for them, when they're working with a piece of furniture that is a little bit more expansive in its use, what kind of strategies, design strategies, would you recommend for integrating of that piece into the living context that they're working in specifically?
I think very important in this collection in this collection, I think you can imagine to integrate it in very different designs and very different surroundings. You can integrate it in the wall like a bath tube, or you can state like a piece of furniture in open or closed bathroom. You can see it as a couch or as a table, or you can even say, okay, I have already all the wall of bath furniture, but I integrate one piece of them. You don't need, from my point of view, to buy all. You can integrate one piece.
Flexible.
It's very flexible because if you design by yourself without interior design, if you design by yourself your living room, you don't, I mean, by myself, for example, I don't buy this piece and that piece every time from the same designer, or this is new and that should be also new. You buy old chair and you buy new chair, you know, you mix, you combine, and I think these pieces are also created to be combined, to be moved out and brought to another living or bath space, and that's why they are not too organic. If they would be too organic, it's like a sculpture. It's
right.
too much. You don't. You have not a possibility to integrate it everywhere.
Right.
And if you make it very right-angled cornered, so it is like a shelf. You can integrate it only in the right cornered box, but you cannot imagine to state somewhere like a piece of furniture. And I try to create a form what is like a real furniture. You can state alone, you can state in the integrated in the wall, you can take all, you can take only one piece. That's what I think interesting by this area.
Okay. Soru yoksa teşekkür edip, thank you very much, Sergei. Thank you.
Thank you. Çok teşekkürler.